Good morning. I'm just doing a quick video to cover some tools that I'm personally using to relax and recover when I'm not feeling too great, either in the business, mentally or physically. 'Cause it's important, we can work all down the computer. Here's my little setup. But ultimately, at some point, you're probably going to get exhausted, burnt out. At least I have in my many years of doing this. So some days I don't recognize it and I push myself too far and get burnt out. Some days I do recognize it and slow things down and relax. And today's definitely one of those days. Doing okay, I'm just exhausted. And so I'm just taking some time out today just to relax. And I've got a few tools that I use in my armory as well to help. Obviously, we shouldn't rely on tools and biohacks and all that stuff to have a healthy life. But if there's little tools that can help us incrementally in this journey, then why not? Definitely had a few amazing recommendations from a good friend, Tim Gray. He runs the Health Optimisation Summit. He's got some amazing supplements. So check out Tim Gray and search for Health Optimisation Summit on here. He's holding an event next May, I believe. I can't remember now. In London, I'll be there. I'll see you there. It's filled with amazing speakers and exhibitors from around the world exhibiting the latest tech in biohacks and optimizing your life. And so yeah, give it a check out. I'll link to him in the page in the comments below on this video. But yeah, so what I personally use is, this has been a go-to for many years now, as my red light stack. It's certainly recently I've got an injury to my left knee. I don't know why. I think I don't know, fuck knows what I've done to it. But literally as soon as I started putting it in front of this light, it just heals it. I mean, the pain's gone down dramatically. It's crazy from just one session, like 20 minutes. But normally I use it in the mornings certainly if it's a bit dark. Like today, it's a bit grey, so I'll just pop this on in the morning whilst I'm checking some things out, and it's amazing. So red light, infrared, red light is, I've been using it for about 5 or 6 years now. It's great. This is from a company called Red Light Rising, UK-based company, but they ship worldwide. And yeah, go on redlightrising.com or .co.uk, one of the two, and see what they've got. They've got little spotlights as well that are a bit cheaper, or you can get this full stack like I've got. Totally worth the money, it really is. But in terms of relaxing, and so some of you might not know, I'm actually a trained, certified Neurooptimal neurofeedback practitioner. I haven't actually had any clients for quite a few years now because I focus on this business, but I've got a Neurooptimal neurofeedback machine, and that's where you literally place sensors on your head, on your ears, and within a 33-minute session, it's reading your brainwave activity, and the split second that there's different variations in electrical activity in your brain, the audio cuts out, and that's like a jolt to your central nervous system, and that kind of aligns with what's going on in your brain, and that gives your brain an opportunity to think of a different pathway that would normally be going down, and it starts to make new decisions, and that's happening thousands and thousands of times a second in this 33-minute session, and that starts to slowly optimize your brain to start picking new neural pathways, and it just optimizes your brain function. It's insane, really insane. So I've been neglecting using that recently. I used to use it all the time, and so I'm going to bring that out of storage and start using that again because it's a very powerful system. So that's Neurooptimal, Neuroptimal, neurooptimal.com. Have a look. It's great. There's a few alternatives, but I don't think they do the job as well as Neurooptimal. So it's a pretty high level system, but worth checking out. Then for stress management, I've got two devices. I've got this, which is the Sensate. It's like a pebble, goes around your neck, and it kind of sits in your chest like that. And it syncs to your phone with an app, and then you start a session and you listen to the audio, and this vibrates on your chest bone with the audio, and it's actually in sync with the audio that you're listening to, and it's actually resonating with your body, and it starts to tone your vagus system, your vagus nerve rather. And that's, when you tone your vagus nerve, typically you can tone your vagus nerve through deep level meditation. It takes a long time. Obviously do that anyway, meditate anyway, and the audio that comes from this is like a 10-minute audio meditation session anyway, but with the added resonance from the pebble that's vibrating, it's just turning your vagus system much, much faster. When that happens, you're much more resilient to stress, you're much more relaxed and calm. I mean, I just did a 10-minute session recently, and it just brings me down and feel much, much better. So that's Sensate, Sensate. And then there's another tool I've got called the Apollo Neuro. This is a little wearable device. You can put it on your wrist or your ankle. And again, same thing. You just start a session. You don't need audio of that. It links to an app again, and what this does is different to the Sensate. The Sensate, you're just meditating and it's turning your vagus nerve whilst you're meditating, and that contributes to overall, resilience. The Apollo Neuro is more like a nudge. You can select different presets of focused, calm, meditate, a few other things, unwind, sleep. And what it does is it vibrates on your wrist, and it's like someone tapping you into these different kind of focal states with this vibration. And I didn't think it would really work. I was a bit skeptical when I got it, and I did a few sessions, and I thought, is it really working? And then there's a few sessions where I did it, certainly in focus mode. I put it on, it vibrates for like 10-15 minutes on your wrist, and it's literally just puts you into this state of focus. It's really bizarre how it works. So I use that for focus, and I also use it for relax and rewind or recover if I'm feeling, again, a bit stressed. It really just helps aid in recovery. It's nuts. So that's Apollo, Apollo Neuro. Again, just a nice wearable device. And these are all just nice tools. They help and contribute towards better wellness, health and wellness, but ultimately you need to just listen to your body. Another one, of course, is the Oura Ring. I've been wearing one for about 5 years now. Back when it was version 1, when it was a big chunky goth ring. Again, just useful information on sleep and daily activity and overall readiness, a readiness score that it gives you every single day based off your data on your sleep, based on the data of daily activity. It combines those two into one readiness score. If the readiness score is low, it even says, slow it down today, take a rest. Because if you don't listen to it, you will get exhausted, burnt out, ill, and it's not fun at all. So Oura Ring, Oura, is another one. They've just released Gen 3. I'm still waiting to get an upgrade link. This is a Gen 2 ring. I'm waiting to get the Gen 3 ring, but I don't care about upgrading right away. It still works, still does the job. It's good. What else? I've got a Acupressure mat down here. That's great if you've never got one of those for inducing sleep. If you struggle to fall asleep, if you get a Acupressure mat, it doesn't have to be this one. You can get one on Amazon, cheaper. It's just like this plastic kind of bed on nails. It sounds pretty weird, but if you lie on it before sleep, it like causes a brief endorphin rush. And then when you crash on that endorphin rush, you fall asleep pretty much instantly. So if you struggle to fall asleep, check out an Acupressure mat on Amazon. Get one, they're super cheap. But I just use it. I mean, I don't struggle to fall asleep these days, but I just use it on my feet. It just invokes circulation in my feet and my legs. So when I'm working and I'm not standing up, I'm sitting down, it just helps with just the day-to-day of sitting on my ass in an office. And I think that's about it. That's all my gadgets. It's not set up because I'm just moving some things around, but I've got an Earthy Mat in there as well. That connects to the earth and the plug. And I usually have that under my legs or underneath my feet. So I'm grounded in earth throughout the day. This removes all the electrical kind of currents that are flying around. And that just contributes to just better health, lower stress. It's the equivalent of standing in sand or standing on grass outside. But obviously, if you're working indoors, you can't do that. That's the next best thing, is a mat to ground you during the day whilst you're inside, and then make sure you get outside to actually be in nature. And I think I've got a few more gadgets over there. I've got like the massage gun over there. I use that on some of my muscles and stuff when they get a bit tight. And underneath that big power block, which I use for my telescope, is a vibration plate. Again, that kind of, if you do like 10 minutes of bodyweight squats on that vibration plate is the equivalent of like walking outside for like 30-40 minutes. So if I'm in all day, I've got no excuse. I live in an amazing part of the country, but I still use it. Just 10 minutes on the vibration plate, it's the equivalent, of like 30-40 minutes of walking around outside. Just gets things moving again, so I don't feel like a fat mess, which is nice. I think that's it. Yeah, all my gadgets. I mean, I've built them up over the years. You don't need any of them, but they are useful to have. Certainly, I think basic core fundamentals, if you're indoors all day, is probably the Earthy Mat. That's probably, I reckon, number one out of all of them is the Earthy Mat. That's the first one you should get, absolutely. And then kind of build up from there. So let me know if you have any questions on anything that I just covered, or if you're using other tools or techniques or tricks that you're using to help. My battery almost died. So yeah, hope that helps. Any questions, let me know, and have a good day. I'm going to do a bit of work, but I'm going to just take it slow and take it easy today, because why not? It's been a busy few months, so time to rest. So chat soon.